So one night I had my friend come over, we'll call her Lucy for the sake of the story, but we drank some wine together, watched some Bachelorette, and she ended up drinking a little bit too much and just went ahead and crashed in my room that night. Well, at about 3 a.m., I heard some heavy breathing at a very close distance, and I opened my eyes to see the old lady's head right above mine. And not to freak out, I was just trying to tell myself it's not real, it's not real. And as I was thinking that in my head, she responded to me saying, "You don't think I'm real, do you?" And I knew this was the exact same woman that sat in that rocking chair. She laughed one of the most creepiest laughs I've ever heard, and she approached my friend Lucy. She looked at me and smiled before opening her mouth so wide that she started to engulf Lucy. It was scary. It was almost like a python trying to eat its prey. I don't even want to go into details about how horrific the scene was. I was just trying to scream and get away and break free. But my body couldn't do anything but just lie there like a living corpse. But then suddenly my alarm came on, saving me, and I sprung out of bed screaming at the same time, waking up Lucy. She looked at me and screamed, "What the heck?" And there was absolutely no sign of the old lady. I started to explain what I had saw, but before I could even get one sentence out, I passed out and Lucy immediately took me to the hospital. The doctor just told me that I had a panic attack in my sleep since we were drinking wine that night, which, what? But my psychiatrist immediately put me in intensive care for the week. I have never been able to tell Lucy what I saw that night, and I don't even live in that apartment anymore, but before leaving, I asked the landlord what the history was of the place, and the landlord ended up telling me that the place was a psychiatric facility years ago, and that rocking chair is actually from it. And one of their most dangerous patients was a 65-year-old woman who hated kids, and she was brought to the unit after trying to devour a newborn at a local hospital. Many people had claimed that they thought that she was possessed. She used to sit in a rocking chair and rock back and forth all day at the ward. I reached out to some old tenants, but nobody had ever experienced any of the things that I had experienced there. I started to think that I just imagined this stuff completely, but one of the most terrifying things is that I met up with Lucy last night at a nightclub. She was there to party with her work friends, and I noticed a bruise on her forehead, and it was almost in a perfect ring. I asked her what had happened to her head, and she paused, looked at me for a second, and said, "I must have fallen off my rocking chair." I hate being here alone when I do these stories, so I am leaving my house.